Good evening and welcome. Welcome to my live stream, Fight CPS and Stop Taking Our Children. I'm Bob Pace. I'm your host. And it's a warm welcome that you join me this evening. I've been doing this live stream now for over 2 years, started in October of 23. And I've spoken to over 2,600 people from around all 50 states, including the world. I've talked to 30 some countries. Some of the countries have been Canada, the United Kingdom. I've had a lady this past week from Scotland that has a difficult case, a CBS case. I've heard from several countries in Africa, and then Middle East, and then from India and Bangladesh, and from Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand. That's some of the countries there. And everybody that I've talked to, the 26 people, had something common. Their CPS was bad, and the involvement was bad. There's a lot of police have been involved in a lot of these bad CPS cases. And it's really sad because historically, it was a great idea when they decided to create this CPS system. Now, what happened in the 60s was an act of Congress where Congress mandated to the social services that they create a group of social services workers to protect their children from neglect and abuse. So they were going to create a new department, and it's found in every state. And I'd like to see Rook. Oh, hello there, Rook. Now this is where the confusion is. Rook and their counterpart Ryan are a couple, and I believe Rook is Sheila, the wife of Ryan. And if I can remember correctly, the case was you were traveling from Ohio to Michigan, and you were so tired, you decided to turn off the car, pull off the road, and park in the parking lot. Well, apparently, you said that a policeman came and thought you were homeless. I don't know if it was the condition of the car, but you did mention early on that the children were dirty. Now, I don't know how long you've been traveling, but you also mentioned, or Ryan did, that he had a driver's license with his home that shows he has a residency. But somehow, it was so late at night, the police couldn't contact CPS. I thought they have a 24-hour number in every county in every state. Now, what I call CPS is the Child Protection System. And there's many different names. Locally, around me, Orange County, it's the Child Protection Services, CPS. Next door, Fairleigh County, is Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS. In Richmond, Kentucky, it's the Cabinet. And in Prescott, Arizona, it's Department of Children's Services, DCS. So there's different names everywhere. I don't know what it is in Michigan because that's where your incident is. So is there any further news you can tell me? I think you guys said you have 3 children, very young children. What's the latest, Sheila? Now, the reason why I'm calling Rook Sheila because they use 2 different YouTube names, and I finally got it understood that it was a couple doing that. So did I get it right, or is it wrong? Now, there's simple rules in this room. All I ask you is to be courteous to one another, no profanity. And if I have guests on the show, we have no eating on the show, no smoking on the show. Now, to text me or to call in, I have my number 626 698 0990. To email me, it's Bob P at vincentwdavis.com. That's my email. That's my phone number. But right now, I'm not taking any calls until I get my secondary device repaired, which is my computer. Right now, I'm working on my phone. It takes two devices to operate my show. One is my computer that I have StreamYard on, and one is my phone that I have Vonage on. StreamYard is the software application I use to broadcast the show. It's broadcast on YouTube. And Vonage is the phone application I use. You do not need StreamYard. You do not need Vonage. You don't have to worry about that. Now, this show was started by Vincent W. Davis. He's my attorney. He's the guy that helped me get my kids back. He's the guy that can help you get your kids back. And he's the one that can be your defender in your case. Now, to call the office and speak to him, you call 888-888-6582. And when you call in, you won't get him directly. That's not his direct line. But tell him that you spoke to Bob Pace and he said to call the office. And then you want to speak to Vincent Davis. Now, when you do talk to him, tell him that Bob Pace sent you. Now, they'll help you arrange a way to talk to him. They'll talk to you like that. He is your guy that can help you. He's really a remarkable man. He helped me with my case. He's been doing CPS, fight CPS for over 40 years. Okay, we got some more people that have come in here. Besides Rook, who is Sheila from Michigan, or from Ohio. I don't know what to call you there, Rook, because you said the incident happened in Michigan and you're from Ohio. My page. Okay, my page is actually Cindy from Bronx, New York, fighting for Thomas and Letitia Urinim. So I think you're new, Cindy. I don't think we've talked before. And I give you a warm welcome. And then we have Ryan, which is the partner. Hello, sir. It's the... Oh. I did it again. I got confused. Rook is actually Ryan, and Ryan is actually Sheila. So I'm glad to have you here, Sheila. I was asking your partner some questions, and he hasn't answered yet. Rook, who is Ryan, can you still answer my questions? And maybe you can help me out, Sheila, who is Ryan. And, wow. It is really kind of hard there. And we have Cindy from Brooklyn, New York. And I have no idea about your case. All I ask everybody is to tell me a little about your case. And if you're representing somebody else, that's fine. Because on here, you'll learn how to fight CPS. You'll learn how to defend yourself and how to get an attorney. This is very serious stuff that you're involved in. It's something that you don't like to. Okay, you live now in Michigan. I thought your license said Ohio. You were traveling from Ohio to Michigan. Now I'm really confused. So if you live in Michigan, your kids are in Ohio, and I remember you guys talking to me that you were in the parking lot and fell asleep. Is that part true? Or Sheila can answer too. We have Ryan, Sheila. We have Rook, who is Ryan. And we got my page, who is Cindy from Bronx, speaking for Thomas and Letitia. Wow. This is really getting complicated, but it's okay. I'm willing to do anything. I'm so glad we have people in here. It's Sunday night, it's usually a big crowd. Now, CPS is not a laughing matter. And I'm sorry if my eyes look small, but they're wide open. I have to hold them open, but I'm wide awake. And we got less than an hour left. We got about 50 minutes left to help you. And don't fret. I'm on 3 times a day. I'm on at 8 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and 6 o'clock in the evening. Now, our clocks just went forward. Hopefully, all of you changed your clocks because we spring forward. I think it was at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3. I think it was 3. Maybe we sprung forward. But anyway, it is after 6 o'clock my time on the West Coast. I'm broadcasting from Surf City, USA, 3 blocks up from the beach or from the ocean. And It is a little after 6 p.m. tonight. So, like Lisa is from Montana. She's not on at the moment, but she will be hopefully. She's 1 hour ahead of me, and she always gets confused. It seems like she comes on when I'm just ending the show. I don't know how she can be confused because she'd be early. Well, anyway, hopefully she'll figure it back. Lisa is a very wonderful woman in her 40s and has a really bad case. Has a bad case. She has an older daughter, thank goodness. But anyway, hopefully you guys can give me some more information, Ryan and Sheila. Oh, good. So Sheila was talking to Vince last night. He would charge me 180,000 because my case is messed up and it's been 7 months already. It's going south on CPS. Yeah, well, um, I know that's a lot of money to come up with. We were driving through Ohio to another state. Ohio cops took her baby and gave it. Oh, okay. Now it's backwards. I had it backwards. Okay, Sheila. So you're driving through Ohio from Michigan and you fell asleep in a parking lot. And Ohio cops took your baby because late at night and it's not safe to sleep in a parking lot. It was 8 a.m. in the morning when they pull away. Well, I'm still okay, Sheila. If it was 8 a.m., before you had told me that it was nighttime, so it was 8 in the morning. Why wouldn't CPS come and get them? I have no idea why the police would take your children. Did you talk to the CPS and why did they take your children? What apparently danger were they in? Okay, Sheila, what danger were your children in? What threatening danger were they in? Why they take your children? Sleeping in a parking lot is not something from the take your children. Yeah, I heard something early on when you first talked to me a couple days ago that you're being accused of keeping them dirty or they were dirty. I don't know. Why did they take your children? What imminent danger were they in that they had to take your children? And I'm glad you got to talk to Mr. Davis. And everybody hears 180,000. You know, Michigan's a far place. I was given quotes for 125,000 for Wisconsin and Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to vary. It varies because of the complexity and the time of the case and also how far away it is. Those are the three variables. Um, how much is he per hour? How much does he charge you per hour there, Sheila? How much does he quote you per hour? Yeah, you were going to do that the other day, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, Sheila. So you're not in danger and the cops lied. Well, what did they lie? What did they say you did? What was the alleged that they said you did? What did they say you did? Well, they have to say something. If someone arrested you and it's a legitimate police, they have to say, we are charging you with what? They don't arrest people and give children away. That is Ryan. Rook, who is Ryan? Oh, you're homeless. Well, you explained me the homeless. You said you're retired, Ryan, and you said you had a driver's license with your address for Michigan. But now you said you're driving through Ohio. What address do you live at? What is your legal address you've been living at for 11 years? You mentioned 11 years. So how can you be homeless if you've been living for 11 years? Well, yeah, it's a lawsuit. It's a lawsuit. And for him to do the lawsuit, it's $170,000. I don't think he wants 170,000 all up. I don't think that's a retainer. He's telling you how much it's going to cost you to fight them. Mine was over $300,000, so you're not that bad. They were dirty child endangerment, so they something about dirty. Okay. Okay, so they lied that you're homeless. Okay. Well, it is a lawsuit. There's no question about that. But they needed 170,000 to go and fight them. Now he may do a lawsuit for $10 million, and you could get $5 million back in return. That's a pretty good investment. I don't think if you buy a piece of property, you can get money that fast. So, what is CPS saying that you need to do to get your children back? What is their safety plan? What is their plan for you and your family? What is the plan from CPS? I understand what the allegations are. Their toenails were dirty, but my question is that what does CPS want to do? Do they want to you know, um, restore and bring your children home, or what do they want to do? Do they want to have your children adopted? What is CPS um, plan for you guys? But having dirty toenails um, and not proving you're homeless. I mean, how they're proving you're homeless? You said you have a driver's license with your home on it. All you need to do is some rent receipts from your, if you're renting the home or if you're buying the home, all you need to show is the bank statement, show you're making payments on the home, and show that if you're renting a home with your rent receipts, you just show that. And it's easily done. House employment and psychological exam. Who is the psychological exam for? And what do you mean house employment? Was that your job, your house? I just do not have that kind of money. Um, it's understandable. We're not trying to get the money. We're not trying to get the money. I had to sell my forever home. I had to do a quick sell on my forever home. It was a 7-digit home. It was worth a lot of money, but I had a lot of debt on it. So you live with your mom now. So what is CPS's plans? And yes, Vincent's very respectable, and I'm glad you got a chance to talk to him. I'm really glad. Now, do you have visitations with your children? Are you able to see your children? Are you able to visit your children? They want you to have a psychological exam and have house employment. What is meant by house employment? Well, I know what ICPC is, but in order to transfer your children from one place to another place, that's got to be approved. And I think your wife, Sheila, was going to transport them and she was going to get approved in ICPC. But I think what you're trying to say, um, Ryan, is you need a home and employment and a psychological exam. I think you just forgot the comma or whatever there is. Yeah, it is so devastating. Believe me, you want to throw your hands up. But I'm here three times a day. So I have 3 hours a day to give you. I have 3 hours to help you. Now, Lisa, if you're around, please say yes, say hello, Lisa. We didn't finish what you were talking to me this morning. I know you're underneath the weather, so that's right. And Sheila, anything more you want to add to what Ryan's saying? And also Cindy from Brooklyn, New York. I've heard nothing more from you. Are you still with me? Uh, Ryan says you have visitations once a week, then every other week. Now we have warrants, and they won't. Well, what do you have warrants for? Um, Gee, I don't, why do you have warrants? Okay, but you told me in the beginning you had a home you're living in for 11 years. Why do you need a home now? And why do you have warrants? And getting a job in a house is going to be hard because a job takes working. You're going to have to work months and you're going to have to build up a good credit. You need first and last month's rent, damage deposit. It's tough. If your rent is 1,000, it's $2,000 to move in. What has been approved for months? I think it's your ICPC. And where do you want to transfer the children to? From where to where? Now you have an LLC, which is a business license, okay, and a home. So you still have a home. So why do you need to get another home? I really am trying to help you. I really am. Now, for all my listeners, and I have about 8 of you in here, I want to help you. So if you want to text me a question or a comment, please do so. But I need a name, just a first name, real simple, an easy name, a really easy name to pronounce. And then I need either a question or a comment. That's all I'm asking. And I'll try to, everybody sees the questions and the comments that come in because they go up on my, I have it set to show all comments in there. Well, where'd all my comments go? I had them here. Well, if you live in Michigan, why aren't you living in Ohio? Now, confusing. Sheila says you have a home and employment. Well, why would you not show up on a warrant? Do you know the seriousness of showing up on a warrant? When you don't show up a warrant, a failure to appear makes your life miserable. Now you have a criminal matter. You have a CPS matter and a criminal matter. I know what a bench warrant is. That's terrible. Who's saying that you're homeless? Well, you need a letter from your mom and dad to show you should live with your mom and dad. Does your wife Sheila live with your mom and dad? Okay, you're trying to have the kids sent to her, but if you have a CPS case and both of you are charged and your kids were in danger, they can't be with you. That's not going to help. If you're living at grandma's house, they won't do that. They won't do that. That's not how it works. They aren't sending the kids because you live there. Okay. You said you're living with your parents. They're in Ohio. Now they're in Michigan. Oof. I really want to help you, Ryan and Sheila, and Ryan and Rook. Ryan is Sheila, and Rook is Ryan. Welcome back, Ryan. Ryan is Rook, and Ryan is Sheila. They switched their personality with two different accounts. They have two accounts, so that's why it gets confusing, people. Well, welcome back, Rook. Well, yeah, I can see that. Is your home a rental property or is it something you bought? Now, for all you just turned in, we are live and we're broadcast around the world. I've talked to over 2,600 people and in 30 countries, including every state in the United States and Canada, about half the provinces, South Africa, several of the provinces there, and most of the countries either in Africa or United Kingdom or Middle East or India or Bangladesh. It's talked to them across the South Pacific. Hmm. Well, family court is CPS court. It's called dependency court. It's dependency law, family law, and juvenile law. So that's the CPS's court. Now, the homeless is in criminal court. Yes, you're right about that. So you have two different court things in there, and you also got another criminal matter, failure to appear. So you got two criminal matters, and then you got a CPS matter. But how can they live with your grandmother in Michigan? You have allegations against you. You have to get them fixed before you can have the children move out of foster care. So as long as you live with the grandparents, the kids cannot be ICPC to the grandparents. Won't work that way. Yeah, what else can I do to help you there, Ryan and Sheila? What else can I do? And anybody else too? And anybody else too? Okay, Ryan is saying he has 3 kids. I know about that. He has a nice house. I don't know if that's your old house or the house with your grandmother or your mom. And let me see what else you say. And land in the woods with a pond to swim in. Well, that sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful. But you don't need to convince me. You need to convince CPS. Now, are you in Cincinnati? Are you in Cleveland, Ohio? I'm trying to figure out where in Ohio you are. I know it does. I know it does. I feel for you there, Sheila. I know it sucks. Ryan and Sheila, so what are the allegations? I don't know. You got to tell me what's written on the report is what you need to look at. You have to look at the report to see what's looked at. I don't know what the allegations are. You're the one that's got the report. Something from CPS should tell you in the report what allegations you have, and that's what you got to have your attorney help you work on it. Um. Anyway, I've been asking you for 5 minutes. What are the allegations? And you say, "What are the allegations?" What are the? It's off your. You should have a paperwork when you. Okay, let me explain to you how it's supposed to work. And maybe you got an archaic CPS system there in Ohio. And I don't know what city you're talking about in Ohio. Is it Cincinnati? Is it Cleveland? Is it in another city in Ohio? Well, um, yes, they may be approved to your grandparents, but you're living there. It's not going to work. Not going to work. Now, I do need to talk a little bit about attorney. Anytime you have a CPS case, you need to have an attorney work for you. Now, Vincent Davis is that candidate. He can be reached at 888-888-6582. And you'll get reception. Tell them that Bob Pace sent you, and then ask for Mr. Davis and tell Mr. Davis that Bob Pace sent you. Um, okay, the allegations are dirty kids and homeless. All right. Well, being homeless, the kids are in danger. That's why they're taken. But they're going to stay in the child protection um, system in foster care until you guys get a different place to live. You can't be any place that you're living. They can be with your grandmother and she's been approved, but they can't come there because you live there. And then you got to prove that your kids were not dirty and you're not homeless. You need to show them rental receipts. I don't know if you own the home or you're renting it. If you're renting a home, it's rental receipts. If you own the home, it's going to be mortgage payments. That proves that you were, you were paying for a home you lived in. Okay, that's one thing you got to do. Then you're going to have to get an attorney. Now, I don't mean you have to get an attorney to sue them. You need to get an attorney to help bail you out so you get your kids back. And I don't know if it's going to be 170,000 for that either. That's up to Mr. Davis. Now, that is not a city. Licking County, Newark. Okay, Newark is the city. So the case is in Newark, Ohio. The name of the county is Licking County, and that's who has them, the CPS. They're right outside of Columbus. Okay, all right. Now we got it nailed down there. Now what you need to do is, Sheila, is um, tell me, have you received any paperwork from social services? Have they sent papers showing the allegations? What have they given you so far to work with? What are they giving you? Anybody else has any questions, please ask me. I will help you while Sheila and Ryan are trying to sort the answers to my questions. Now, I was talking about hiring an attorney. You should get at least 3 quotes from attorneys. Now, I'm going to give you one already. That's Vincent W. Davis. He has over 40 years of fighting CPS. He's been trained in dependency law, family law, and child law. He's also a trial attorney. He can do criminal cases. He's trained in criminal matters. He's also trying to think what else. He's done civil lawsuits. He's done civil lawsuits where he sued them for millions of dollars and won many cases. This is the right kind of attorney you should get. These are the same questions you need to do yourself to call. You ask them first, are you trained in dependency law, family law, and juvenile law? The answer, and have won kids back in CPS matters. The answer is yes. Then the next question could be, have you ever won a civil lawsuit against CPS in a county? Have you ever won a lawsuit? A lot of people sometimes get that wrong with the lawsuit pan. They put it into my vegetable pan and it makes a big mess out of vegetables. Um, um, I don't see any more chat. The last chat we have is at 6:43 and it's been 7 minutes. Oh, here it is. I text his phone number to Mr. Davis. He gave me advice. I have to look for a cheaper attorney. We are getting one for family court. First, try to get the kids to grandma. Again, if you're living at grandma's place, you're never going to get the kids there. You can't be at the same place your kids are at. And you may find a cheaper attorney that doesn't have to travel so far. Of the $170,000 that Vincent says it's going to cost, part of it's for the airfare, the ground transportation, rent a car, the hotel, the living while he's away from home, the food he has to go out eating there, and of course the bar. The bar is not expensive. the bar license. He has to pay for a license to work in Ohio. So that may be about $5,000 to $8,000. It's not that expensive. Let me see if you, Ryan, they aren't really giving us much to work with. It's been like that from the beginning. Well, they don't want to. They're hoping they can have your children adopt and keep all this money at $20,000 a month for your children. If you have three of them, I think you said you have three, they are getting their $90,000 for your, well, excuse me, it's 20,000. So $60,000 they're getting for your three children. And it comes in like clockwork every month. Good. I'm glad that Davis helps you. I'm glad that Davis helps you. David has a lot of good videos and he will help you. Now, there's one thing I know that's called the ICWA Act of 1978. That's called the Indian Child Welfare Act, and it helped improve with Indian children, but still a problem today. 78's not that far long ago, but it still is. I mean, we're talking what, 30, 35, 36, 37 years ago? Am I saying that correct? 37 years ago. Okay. Anything new? Anybody else have anything else new to add to it? I have about 15 minutes left of my show time, and I'd like some more questions or comments so I can help answer them. Now, I've been talking about hiring an attorney. Now, when you want to shop around for an attorney, it's very important you know how to use the internet. A lot of people with search engines like Google or ChatGPT don't phrase the words right. You start off with a city, followed by the state, and if you're outside of the United States, you instead of the state, you put the country. And a lot of things will pop. Oh, then after that, you put the letter CPS, big bold letters, CPS. And you'll see a lot of things will pop up. A lot of things will pop up. And if you want to narrow down your pop-up page, which all you need to do is get that attorney soon aboard so that he can do it and he can tell you. That's what your problem is. You can't fight CPS on your own. And you certainly can't. It's like I tell people, you know about open heart surgery? Would a layperson or a plumber or dishwasher do work on people's hearts? No, they're going to get a professional person that's trained and educated and that has a lot of experience that can work on your heart. Same thing goes for CPS. Same thing goes. They're just hoping you don't say anything and they get keeping $20,000 per month for a child. That's all they care about. I agree. They weren't in danger. Your children should never have, but you didn't know the laws. If you had an attorney there, that's why I tell people do not talk to social workers, do not talk to the police. Make sure you have your attorney present. You can tell them very nicely. Until my attorney's present, I can't talk to you. Until my attorney's present, I cannot give you my child. There's only three ways they can take your child or get into your home. Your home is your castle with a drawbridge. Now you have one arrow that's being shot by, oh boy. Hey, Michael. Michael's from Tennessee. Hello, Michael. You're with Aaron. And I mean, you're not together with Aaron, but you're from Tennessee. Michael and Aaron are my two Tennessee people. And thank you for calling me uncle. Thank you for calling me uncle. Now, hopefully, my computer will be in next week and I'll have a bigger display screen and I can see all the comments and do a lot more. Also, I'll be able to actually voice with you. You can either call in or be a guest on my show. It's simple. If you want to be a guest on my show, you just send me an email with your name, first and last, your location, city and state or country if it's different. And then you just put in that email sent off to me, and then I'll get my show producer, give you a link, and you can be on about it. Okay? But that's what that is there. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. A lot of people here, I try to talk to them and they get so frustrated they go. I have Sheila and Ryan who makes it complicated because they're using two different names, and on top of that, they tell me one thing and then they tell me another thing. So their story has been going around in circles. But supposedly they were traveling in Ohio. Now, I don't know where their home was, either Michigan or Ohio, because I'm really confused, but they were tired. If you're tired and you want to lay down, in a parking lot, I mean, you're not supposed to sleep in your car. But you're going to be caught because people sleep in a car are murdered. And the police probably have a lot of homeless people. So if you want to sleep in a car and not be bothered, go to a hotel parking lot and get a hotel room, or go to an all-night gas station and park at the side stalls that you're going to go in, and you can rest for a second. Gas stations are perfectly legit to rest at. A lot of people will take time to rest if they're traveling. There's nothing wrong with that. What can I do to help you, Michael from Tennessee? What can I do? I want to help you, Michael. I have about 10 minutes left. I have to end my show at 2 minutes to the hour and then tell you about a video that you're going to watch. Yes, you're going to see a live movie tonight. Now, once you really think about getting that attorney, and one way to finance your attorney is legal insurance. A lot of people don't realize that just like life insurance or pet insurance, you can get legal insurance. That's where you pay a small premium, and it's an annual policy, maybe in the neighborhood of, it might be $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. I'm just ballparking that. But that may be the case. Yeah, that was Michael. Michael's been a long-time person in my room, and Michael cares about the help that I help him with. Michael and Aaron are two people from Tennessee. They're my regulars. They've been coming to my room there. And we are family on here. But you have to realize that, Ryan, after a while, people become close because we share things and we help one another. Michael will help you, and Sheila, who is Ryan, will help Michael. Now, for all you listeners out there, Ryan that's listed there is Sheila. And they're from Ohio. I think they're from Ohio. I get confused. And then Rook, R-O-O-K, is actually Ryan. And they're just switching their names, I guess, or something like that. But they have a terrible experience. They were tired and they wanted to go rest, which is nothing wrong with that. But apparently, where they were resting was a high area for homeless people, and they thought they were homeless. And their children may not have the cleanest toenails. That's not bad. That can be corrected. That's not a negative thing. Okay, Ryan, who's Sheila, you say your children never been taken. How come Rook is saying the children, all three of them, were in foster care and you're trying to get them? Oh, you were born in Maysville, Ohio. Wow. I've been to Ohio. I've been to Cincinnati and Cleveland and Athens, and trying to think what else in Ohio. I've been through Ohio a bunch of times. Okay, we have about 10 minutes left. Come on, you guys. You can ask anything you want. I will try to help you. I will try to help you. But here's a case I want to tell you about. A guy named David Hilago, just like you guys, part of the family. He comes in here. He was in here just a week ago. Well, I told him about Mr. Davis. He contacted Mr. Davis and he hired Mr. Davis. And just last week or 2 weeks ago, they just finished the court case and he's going to get his daughter of 10 back to him. But it takes a long process. It isn't something that happens overnight. Mr. Davis fought. David Hilago hired him and they worked together and got him back. So it does work with the attorney. Now, there's three types of attorney. There are paid attorneys, court-appointed attorneys, and pro bono attorneys. Pro bono attorneys, you don't pay any money for them, and you'll hopefully get a good attorney out of that. A court-appointed attorney is the worst ones to get because they work for CPS and work against you. They're hired by CPS. They're not well trained. They just got fresh out of law school. They're looking for a beginning job. And there's so much case loaded that they don't have time for you. They have anywhere from 35 to 50 cases, approximate. They may have more. And today, earlier, that one of them talked about their case. I call them public pretenders. Yes, you do. I remember that, Michael. I remember that. Yeah, it should be because you're 3 hours ahead of me. And right now it's almost, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. It's almost 10 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock. See, it's only almost 7 o'clock here in California. You're in Ohio. So you're 3 hours ahead of me. And this morning they changed the clocks. This morning I changed the clocks. Well, I think it's great if you can call in, and soon we'll be able to do that. But if you want to be on my show as a guest and talk, all you have to do is send me an email to bobp@vincentwdays.com or text me the information at 626-698-0990. All I need to know is your first and last name, the city and state where you're from, and an email and a phone number. That's all I really need. And I'll get you on my show as a guest. I already have one person is in, so I'm already up to one person. I can take as many as 9 people at one time. And I really would hope that if you're one of those people, you will. Now, I do appreciate the comments that Ryan and I say / Sheila and Michael, see who else we've had here actively in the room here. We have those two seems to be a lot. I'm trying to find Rook. There it is. Rook has been on here too. Appreciate her comments. That's Sheila, the other half of Ryan. And Rook's been on here, and Ryan, they've been on here the most. Let me see. We had one person here that said nothing else. They came in and said hi, and then they kind of died. I don't know what happened to them. My page, that's right. It was Cindy from Brooklyn, New York. Where are you, Cindy, Brooklyn from New York? I want to hear something from you. I know you said hello. That's my page, is her social name. So I want to thank Rook, who is Ryan, for being on my show tonight. I want to thank my page, who is Cindy, being on my show tonight. And I want to thank Ryan, who is Sheila, who's been on my show tonight. I think it's you 4 there. Let me see anybody else I need to thank here. Oh, there was also, oh, no, Ryan's been here. That's okay. Ryan is Sheila. Okay. And Rook is Ryan. I'm going through all the messages. I'm scrolling. It's a lot of them. But I can only see one line at a time because I'm using the phone and not my computer where I can see a lot more. Yeah, we would have never thought that our kids would be snatched up like that. It felt very, very wrong the whole time. They had our baby because we literally did nothing. I know the feeling. You know, my 3 kids were picked up at their school. They weren't in imminent danger. And I know that feeling. And I want to help you. And you say, no, thank you, Bob. What are you saying no thank you to? I don't know what else I offered. You don't want my help or something. But anyway, I'm just saying thank you to all of you. It goes to bonuses. It goes to a Gucci purse for the social worker. It goes to a BMW car. It goes to iMac. I know where all the money goes. $1 trillion. Right now in New York, in Kentucky and in Richmond, Kentucky, there is $1 million missing, and $600,000 has been pilfered by the social worker. They found 600. They're still looking for 400. It goes to people in their pockets. It goes to the director in the Taj Mahal office building that he has. I was so grossed by meeting him and where he worked out of. So that's where they go. Yeah, okay, Michael. And again, it's really, really good. Thank you, Michael, from Tennessee. I try to help everybody. I try to give people ample time. I try to read everything in there. But I do have to end the show. But I'll be on again tomorrow. Yay! I'll be on again tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. At 8 o'clock in the morning. So please listen to the short video. It's about a minute and a half, and it'll set your mood and make you feel better, okay? I want you to have a good night. Hang on to your children. Don't give up. Make sure you see me before you do anything. And keep in tune, keep in touch. So I say, I've been doing this now for 2.5 years. So I want to keep doing it and helping you. I've talked to over 2,600 people. So God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce him. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last